And you have some other artists on your label, right?
Yeah, we got Chris John, it's on the label. We just started another underground label within the label called Team Rock. You know, all the cats that's hungry and want to rap and hate every video they see and hate everything on the radio. You know, I hate that, I'm better than everybody. For everybody like that, we got groups like the Rangers and Bleak. You know, he was on the last album, Coming to Age, Source Money. You know, it's Rockefeller Geffen thing. So we just branching out. You know.
Do you have any other plans
Asia
outside
and
of
Ashley also, two young girls,
right.
brilliant.
And do you have any plans outside of the recording industry as well?
Yeah, we have a script right now that, you know, that we're loving right now. We trying to get that in motion. We got the clothing about to come about, you know, and a couple other things, magazines and things like that. Me and Big used to be like, you know, we went to high school together. We was like passing friends, you know, just like, you know, what's up? You know, we see each other, we acknowledge each other, but it wasn't no real long conversations. We never really spoke in high school beyond what's up. You know, then he started getting into the business. I started seeing him at parties and things like that. We was like, yeah, we got to do something together, you know. And then it was time, you know, I was doing Reasonable Doubt, and he just came through like, yo, let's do something. And I was like, you know, I'm definitely with it. You know what I mean? I respect that man as, like, one of the greatest rappers, not the greatest rapper ever, you know, in his business. So we just did Brooklyn Finest, you know, and that just started something right there. Then we seen we had a lot of things in common, a lot of similarities, you know, same sense of humor and things like that. So we just start clicking and calling each other and things like that. So we just started working together, and it was just like, it's a cool thing, you know.
And is it weird for you sometimes when you hear that a lot of people had expected you to fill his shoes after he passed?
It's like, you know, I guess I just put it like this. I guess I could see where it's a natural thing, being that we both is from Brooklyn. You know, we made records together. We lived about 15 minutes away from each other, so we basically seen basically the same things, you know. So our vision is pretty much the same. So what they seen in him, I guess they see the same things in me.
So you have a new album out.
Yeah.
So what's it called? Do you want to tell me what it's called?
In My Lifetime, Volume 1.
So the Volume 1, does that mean there's going to be more?
Yeah, Volume 2.
Okay, and that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard somewhere that you didn't want to do another record.
Yeah, I mean, even before this, like, you know, the first album, Reasonable Doubt, was supposed to be the first and, you know, the only one. But, you know, due to, you know, demand and, you know, we did a co-venture over at Def Jam. You know, that was one of the stipulations in the contract. So, you know,
you had to do another
these two happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the difference? How does it differ from Reasonable Doubt?
I say Reasonable Doubt was like an introduction. It's like, you know, meeting somebody on the street, you know, everything, you know, your whole conversation is very, you know, general, you know, not too much details and things like that. I just say In My Lifetime is more detailed and more in depth.
So is it a little more personal?
Yeah, much more personal, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you were successful with Reasonable Doubt with producers like Ski and Premier, Clark Kent.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to work with different producers this time?
Well, I mean, you know, as you grow as an artist, you know, your music has to grow also. I did things with Ski and Premier on this one also, but, you know, I just wanted, you know, I was growing, you know what I mean? I just wanted to bring that out.
Mm-hmm. And who did you work with?
Work with Teddy Riley, Puff and Hitman, Stevie J, Noontime, Prestige, my man Jazz, of course, still on there, Ski and Premier, you know.
And you're kind of known for like stories about hustling and street stories and things like that. Are we still going to hear some of that on the new album?
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, that's you know, that's the essence. That's where, you know, I came from. You know, and those are still those stories. We ain't really touch on everything on the last one. The last one was an introduction. I'm really touching on a lot of different things this time. Well, rapping, I just used to do it as a hobby, but my man Jazz, as far as it being a business, you know, he had to deal with EMI. He introduced me to the whole thing as a business. Like, you know, we get paid for this, you know what I mean, and go overseas and record and whatever, you know, so he introduced me to it as a business.
And you also have your own label. How did you decide to start your own label?
That came about from just seeing the frustrations that he was going through. You know, people at that time, you know, I used to be around Kane, seeing his frustrations with his label, and, you know, the whole thing with Jazz, you know, the way, you know, I wouldn't say his record company was lying to him. They just wasn't telling what he needed to know. They was taking advantage of his inexperience to the business, and, you know, him being brand new, coming like straight from Marcy Projects right into a corporate, you know, world, and him not understanding, you know, the business side of things. I say they took advantage of him, you know. So that right there, I just, you know, I watched and I just learned and I watched. So when it was my time to come around, I just wanted to just capitalize off it.